How do you tell your story in a way that connects with your viewers and drives sales? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Sometimes it can be really difficult to talk about your own story. How do you present it in a way that actually connects with people and doesn't feel awkward? That's what we're going to go over. Before we jump into it, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss a video that will make you more money. All right. So your hero's journey story, you might have heard to your story called that before. So what this is it's a story about how you solved the main problem that you're going to be teaching about on your webinar. It's how you got to where you are. As a side note, one of the biggest things that we remove from people's webinars when we start working with them is their long, boring bio, and we replace it with this hero's journey story. So how do you tell your story in a way that connects with your audience, builds rapport, builds authority, and doesn't come across as bragging or is boring or just doesn't connect? That's what we're going to go over. So the first part is you have to know who is your ideal client. Who are the people that are watching your webinar? Because when they're watching your webinar, you need to connect with their pain points. So the very first part of your story over here, if I had a whiteboard, it would be the first 50%. Right? At the very beginning, you have a sexy hook, something about your journey that draws people in. Usually this is a major pain statement that gets them curious, gets them to really lean in. This takes down the wall that comes in front of them. If you think about a soap operas are really good at this. They always do one at the end of every show. They always do one at the beginning of every show. They always do one before a commercial. It makes sure that you come back. So you have a sexy hook, and then you have your pain story. What did you go through? What pain points did you have? Why are you so passionate and excited about what you're doing, right? All of that goes over here in the pain section. Next up, you have a little sliver, which is the light bulb moment. This is the moment where everything changed for you. It's the reason that I have light bulbs here, because light bulb moments are what change lives. It's what changed your life, and it's what changes their life, right? This is the thing that you learned that changed everything for you. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. They give way too much information. Just give that aha moment. Get the light bulb to go on above their head and above your head. The next segment is you want to talk a little bit, just a little bit, about the journey once you realized X to the promised land, right? What's the exciting tomorrow? Then you want to talk about the exciting tomorrow. What has it been like since you solved that problem? That's how you go through your hero's journey story. And you can put in all the things that would normally go in your boring bio that nobody wants to listen to, that comes across as bragging, into the story as touch points. And the aha will go on over their head. You will never trigger a wall. You won't have people tuning out. Instead, you'll be telling an exciting story. Now, this does take practice. You do have to dial this in. You have to tell it in a way that moves people logically along. You might have heard people try to tell this story and they jump all over the place, and there's no rhyme or reason to what they are doing. That doesn't work. You do need to practice this. Lay it out just in the framework like I told you. If you want a worksheet to help you, there will be one linked right up here. Now, I'm going to give you my hero's journey so that you can see how this works. I was standing on stage in front of a couple hundred people, and I had just taught my heart out. I was waiting for sales to come in, and instead a few people clapped and nothing happened. I walked off stage. My event had gone well, but I didn't sell anything, and that was the key. See, when I got started and I left my corporate job and I wanted to hold events, I sold everything. I moved to Las Vegas. I rented space because I thought, I'm going to hold events. I'm going to change people's lives. I rented space for 1,400 people. Nobody showed up. I spent $25,000 on marketing and doing every different kind of publicity that I could. I was doing Facebook ads. I was doing YouTube ads. I was in print. I was in journals. I was on radio shows. I literally did everything, including spinny signs on the side of the street in Las Vegas. I hired somebody to do that because I thought maybe that will get one or two people, but nothing happened. And there was this moment where I had to go to Treasure Island, and that's where I'd rented the space, and I had to meet with the people, the head of banquets. And I had to let them know that I wasn't going to be able to hold on to my contract. I remember walking into her office and like kind of that like Las Vegas smell that you get in the casino. Treasure Island has that like kind of, it's like a perfumey smell. And like I'll never forget that smell. And I walked in and she had like the brown like office chairs. And I sat down and she knew, and she was like, "You're not going to be able to perform on your contract, are you?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Well, we kind of looked at the room block. We kind of saw that. What do you want to do?" And at this point, I was on the hook for more than $80,000, and I had almost no money to my name. And I was like, "I don't know. I'm really sorry, but I'm just not going to be able to perform." I was like, "If you want to hold me to the contract, that's fine, but you know, you're going to end up taking me to court. I'm going to have to file bankruptcy." And she said, "Look, we've got somebody else who's interested in the weekend. We're just going to keep your deposit," which was $5,000. And they let me out of my contract. And I remember feeling relieved and sad at the same time because this was my dream. And I went down to the bar downstairs, and my friend was with me. I had a good friend who came with me, and we were sitting there, and she said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Well, I'm not giving up on my dreams. I had some headhunting offers to go back to corporate, but I was like, this is what I want to do." And she said, "Well, that's cool. You can move into my spare room. I'm sure you can figure this out. You were smart." And from there, I started reading everything that I could about marketing. I really, really deep dove. I joined several programs, and I decided to hold my next event. But instead of planning for 1,400 people, I planned for 100 people. And following the stuff that I had learned from the library, from courses that I got at the library, from books I'd read at the library, I was able to sell out that event. And once I sold out that event, I started making money. I made about $8,000 at that event. Then I immediately held another event. And that one I did about $15,000, $16,000 in sales. I started gaining momentum. Before long, it was 3 years later, I looked back and I had held more than 25 events. I had made multiple six figures with events, but it wasn't always that way. I had to start all the way at the beginning, which was learning how to fill the room and learning how to sell from stage. Because once you learn how to fill an event and how to sell from stage, how to get your message out, everything changes. So that's my hero's journey story. You can see exactly how that worked. We had a good hook. We had the pain points that I went through. We had a specific moment in there. Then we had the light bulb moment, a little bit of the journey, and what the exciting tomorrow was like. I hope that all makes sense for you. Make sure to grab your worksheet up here. If you know that webinars are the way to change your business, I want to invite you to jump on a short strategy call with me. There's a link in the description down below. On the short strategy call, I will show you how we do everything. We will build your webinar with you. We will build the deck with you. I'll help you rehearse and practice and get perfect at delivering it. From there, we'll build your front end funnel, we'll build your lead magnet, and we'll build all the email sequences that plug in so that you have a phenomenal webinar that converts like crazy. Go ahead and click that link, book a call with me. If you already have a webinar going, but it's not converting the way that you would like, we have something for you as well. It is a webinar VIP breakdown. This is where I go through your webinar line by line, slide by slide. I show you exactly what needs fixed and how to fix it. We also look at your front end funnel and all your follow-up to maximize your conversion. That link is down there as well. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss a video that makes you money. And until next time, guys, take action, change lives, and make money. I'll see you soon.